Well, he's 2 balls away.
Needed 2 chances, but it doesn't look like he's made any mistake on the second chance. No. Enjoy this man while you can.
Absolutely, the moment has come.
50.
It's a quick kill.
51.
Can he end with a century? That would end the championship on a real high note. If anyone could do it, it's this man. Kyren Wilson,
58.
of course, had a bye in the first round, had that emotional semi-final against Anthony McGill. But it just started to go
59.
wrong for him this afternoon.
And wasn't it nice to see Kyren Wilson clapping O'Sullivan on frame and match ball there? What a gentleman, what a sportsman.
66.
And what a shot.
67.
He's trying for the crowd.
There's never been anyone like him. Oldest champion since Ray Reardon, 1978, but the way he's playing, he could go
70.
on and on and on.
$71.
Check. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
76. 78.
So
81.
these final 4 balls to end the championship with his 13th century. And get his hands on the cheque for £500,000, his biggest ever payday
85.
from snooker. What a showman.
Come on, come on. Little kiss. Little
96.
kiss.
96 to finish. The unique, the unconventional, the irrepressible, the brilliant Ronnie O'Sullivan stands once again on top of the snooker world. This colossus of the Green Bays has conquered the Crucible for a 6th time.
There is an old silver lady who's been waiting for a kiss for 7 years. Would you please raise the trophy? You are the 2020 Betfred World Snooker Champion.
Well, it was short and sweet in the end, but it's still a fairy tale ending. The fact this tournament was on at all credit goes to the organisers. And look at that for a picture. The greatest snooker player of all time. You know, when we're all old and grey and looking back on our lives, we can say we were there to see him do it. As Joe said, treasure him while you can, and I'm sure he will be back next year to try and level up Stephen Hendry's magnificent 7. But the night belongs to Ronnie O'Sullivan. Congratulations to him.
We've both been tested. Ladies and gents, we are in the presence of sporting greatness. History has been made tonight by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Absolutely incredible. Your 6th world title, and now you are tied with Reardon and Davis. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I never really think about titles because when I was a kid, I never dreamed I'd be here. I just was playing for the fun of the game, and I still try and play for the fun of it. But to be here and, you know, I've had all them victories and, you know, it's a dream, but it's kind of becoming a bit of a reality as well. So it's nice to be living your dream in that sort of way, you know.
Your last title was 2013. Was there a spell during those years where you thought you might never get your hands on the Silver Lady again?
Yeah, you can never say never, but there was a part of me that decided that, you know, I probably didn't play enough, and I still probably don't play enough to justify winning, you know, a tournament of this stature, you know, because it's an endurance test, and if I'm not really an endurance type snooker player because I don't compete enough. But you know, the lockdown gave me a chance to play on some decent, you know, because I haven't even got a practice facility, believe it or not. So my friend installed a couple of tables in his office in London, so I was able to play on good tables for a change, which was great. And I come here feeling comfortable with my tools, really. So I had a half a chance. I never expected to win it, though, to be honest with you.
Spoken with real modesty for a guy that's lifted it 5 times and now 6. Ronnie, there have been so many great achievements down the years. Your first Triple Crown triumph at the age of 17 in 1993, winning this one after a year off, 1,000 centuries, your 19th Triple Crown title when you won the UK in 2018. Where does this sit in the all-time performances of your career? It's got to be right there near the top, surely.
Listen, any world title you win's got to be up there. You know, it's great to be able to win over the 17 days here. You know, you come here, you got to play a lot of solid shots and be solid in all departments. And you know, even though I might not have felt I'd done that, I must have done, because these guys are too good on tour to give it to you. You know, and I just want to say, you know, as well for Kyren, you know, he's a top player. You know, he's improving all the time, and all that. You know, he fell off the tour. He was always going to get back on the tour. When you got that desire and that hunger and that belief in your ability, yeah, you might have to work in a bar for a bit. You might have to do bits and pieces, but deep down that fire is burning bright enough, so you actually get there in the end. And you know, so he's a winner, and he will win this tournament one day. Not to put too much pressure on him, but he is a country mile above everybody else around his age, and he'll be the first to admit that he's always watching the Higginses, the Williamses, and the likes of them players, because he wants to raise that bar as well. So when someone's that student about their sport, you know that they're going to have plenty of good days as well. So his time's definitely going to come.
Beautifully said. All the pundits down in our studio in London are saying you are now unequivocally the greatest. 37 ranking titles. No one's won more Triple Crowns. Tying Hendry on 7, is it even a relevance? Are you happy to be with Steve on 6?
I'm happy to be on 1. I was happy to get 1 at one stage. You know, 2 was great, and once I hit 4, I went, you know, I can call myself like one of the greats, you know, because all the greats seem to have done it. I look at John Higgins and go, he's a great, you know. So if he's won it 4 times, that's what you've got to do to be a great. Probably put Mark Williams in there just about.
Well, he's won 3.
Yeah, but I'll put it at 4. So anything above 4, you got, you know, you kind of, you're in that sort of fantastic company, I suppose. But I think, you know, 30s. The way I look at it is though, like, it's, with the records with Hendry, it's like if I've played more tournaments than him to get there, I think who got there first? I'm not sure, so you'll have to ask someone of the stats. But I'm always, if I've played 1,000 tournaments and he's only made 500 and I'm just about beating his records, then I'd rather have Stephen's CV, do you know what I mean? So you'll have to get your statistic book out for that. But I suppose my thing has been longevity. You know, I go in and out of form, you know, my mind can wander sometimes, but then I just get a little bit of a taste for it and think, come on, let's see if you still got it. And start to, you know, try and have a go again, like I have done this tournament, you know.
And just finally, a word for your fans. They have followed you for decades. This is a very difficult time for so many people. Yeah. Once again, they have turned out in great numbers. This has been a journey not just for you, but for everybody who supported you. And it must give you great pride that you've given people something to focus on other than the virus over the last 17 days.
Yeah, well, listen, I want to thank my sponsors as well, Affinity. They've been fantastic, you know. Without their support, without 19.com support, you know, I wouldn't be able to put the hours in and sacrifice some of the things I have to sacrifice, because like Kyren says, we all need support. You know, we play snooker, but it's nice to have people around you that are able to support you through that, so you can make it such a comfortable ride. And hopefully Affinity are going to try and create a wonderful app where they can sort me out the perfect cue action, because they're good at doing that stuff. So I've given them a task. I said, come on, create it so as I can, like, you know, get the perfect cue action, because, you know, as snooker players, that's all we want to do. That's all. Listen, when you put in 5 or 6 hours in a day, it's not because you like the sound of the balls hitting the back of the pocket. It's like, can I be in it straight enough so as when I come and play under pressure, it stands up? And that's why we put all the hours in, not because, you know, we'd rather be sitting there watching Match of the Day, to be honest, or watching you off, hanging off of some boat, interviewing someone while he's doing the rowing. You know? Well,
that was a long time ago, as was your first major triumph. 27 years of longevity, ladies and gentlemen. There is only one Ronnie O'Sullivan.